Hello everyone, this is Kanmeet. In this video, I'll show you all the cars that are left after the crash tests. I kept every crashed clay car on a special shelf and today I'll show you all of them. For those who are new to my channel, I make cars out of clay and do crash tests with them and destroy them in all sorts of ways. I've accumulated quite a few crash cars, there are a lot of them. This is, let's say, the whole collection from the past year and a half. Of course, I could take them apart for parts or reuse the clay, but the thing is, I paint the clay with paints and you just can't reuse it after that. As for the parts, sometimes I took seats, wheels and engines from these cars, but I never fully took them apart, so they just sat there and there were more and more of them over time. So, let's start with the oldest cars that have been preserved. This is a BMW M3E46 from Need for Speed. This is the first version of this BMW. I made the second version recently. The grey door instantly catches your eye. I was testing how the primer goes on the clay and how hard it gets after that. I crashed this BMW with a remote-controlled car. It took 7 hits from it, and then I also dropped it twice from a height onto the floor. And here's what's left of it. It looks damaged, but not completely destroyed. It's not like how I crash cars now, when they get crushed into a pile and almost nothing is left of them. It held up pretty well, even though one of the wheels is already missing somewhere, but the interior is still mostly intact. If you lift the roof, only the seat backs are bent here, but everything else is intact. And it's the same with the engine. It's not completely damaged, just a little bit jammed, but otherwise it's intact. This is a Lamborghini Huracan. I dropped a heavy piano on it several times, so only the roof and a bit of the rear part are damaged here. I took the wheels from this model, as you can see, because after the piano fell, they were still pretty much intact. I used them on another car, the Nissan Gran Turismo Racer. I did a really good job with that model back then. I managed to make it look very similar and the front part remained completely intact. Basically, it can even be restored. You can swap the interior for a more detailed one, completely replace the roof and also put on new wheels. Well, I don't know if it's worth it. It may sound odd, but making a new one with a better shape would likely be easier for me. Still, the model has been preserved pretty well. Audi Rennsport 6 of Bulkina, his former favorite car. Naturally, it's totally smashed. The pink scratches on it are modeling clay. Originally, I sculpted it from pink clay and then painted it. And on this model, I tested a remote-controlled car for the first time, which is very fast. It can accelerate up to 40 km per hour. So here are the damages from such a car. I also took the front seats from this Audi for the Audi R8 since they had a similar shape. I didn't want to make them from scratch, so I took them from the old Rennsport. 6 made some changes and now they work in the new R8. The model was sturdy, as I reinforced the roof pillars with wire and strengthened the underbody, preventing the car from twisting in the cabin. And here we have a Dodge Challenger. As you can see, the crash test was very tough. It got this kind of damage because of the pencils. Yeah, it's a very unusual crash test. I tried to imitate logs supposedly falling off a truck at speed onto this Dodge. In this model, I tried using foil for the body parts for the first time. It's needed for structural rigidity and also to help hold the shape. Plus, it also creates more realistic bends when hit compared to regular clay without foil. There's not one undamaged spot left. This whole Dodge is covered in dents. ZIL 130 is Academic's 600 horsepower truck. I did a crash test on it. Of course, it was kind of strange to do a crash test on a truck, but it turned out pretty cool. I also used foil here. You can see it on the truck bed. I made a working chassis for this ZIL. It used to be able to drive. It got this damage after 8 collisions. Of course, it didn't get crushed since it's sturdy. Its frame remained intact, but the front part and the cab, of course, couldn't withstand such impacts. In reality, to break a real ZIL like that, you'd probably have to accelerate to 300 km per hour. Then it would probably need an engine with about 1500 horsepower. This is Varpash's white Tesla, though not much of it remains. After another crash test, the model ended up looking quite similar to the one Varpash has. I made this model out of beige clay and then I painted it white. You can see scratches and also cracks from the paint, and all of this gives the model realistic damage. Tesla has survived 10 collisions, and of course, after that, it looks like it was hit by a train. And this yellow lump was once a BMW M4 Coupe, and you might ask what happened to it. It's simple, I just took it and crushed it with my own hands. I did this to diversify the content. Crash tests are one thing, but we've never had anything like this before. Besides, you can't just take a scale model and crush it with your hands. It just won't work for you. Modeling clay makes it possible, so I decided to demonstrate it. Bugatti Chiron. This is probably one of the most intact cars after crash tests because I made it very sturdy. The thick modeling clay is to blame. To create such shapes out of modeling clay, I had to make the body parts in several layers in order to make the shapes similar to the original ones. I worked on it for a very long time and put a lot of effort into it. It took a lot of clear varnish to achieve a rich color and good reflections. The most intact part here is the interior. It's absolutely untouched, except for the doors, of course. It was a shame to ruin it then, but it was all for the content. Subtitles by Dimator. Subtitles by Dimatorzok. To be continued. Subtitles by Dimatorzok. The Lada Vesta sport car is badly damaged. A remote-controlled car crashed into it as usual, but this time a battering ram resembling a tree trunk was attached to its bumper. It crashed into the Vesta, simulating the Vesta hitting a tree at high speed, but of course it looked different. More like the tree crashed into the Vesta. Well, that's exactly what happened. It looked realistic. The Vesta was crushed into the cabin by the strong impact, with 6 collisions in total. That was enough for there to be almost nothing left of the car in one piece. If you remove the cabin roof, you'll see the front seats are intact, but the rear ones have collapsed like a sofa. Police Ford Crown Victoria. It probably has some of the most realistic damage, because I reinforced the whole body with foil, and that makes the damage look more realistic. This Ford turned out to be very detailed. There was also a first police Ford, but it was poor quality, and I put a lot of effort into this second one. I destroyed this one by jumping on it, and also with regular collisions, and here's what happened to it. After all that, the roof completely collapsed into the interior because I also dropped a block of modeling clay on it, and as for the engine, it's not here. I took it out and installed it in a Lada Priora Limousine since I needed an engine and decided to take it from here because it was intact. Subtitles by Dimatorzok. And here is the Lada Priora Limousine, or rather, what's left of it, which is half of the front part. Yes, I cut it in half, installed a blade on a remote-controlled car, and crashed it into this limousine. It was definitely spectacular and quite unusual. Here's the front part. The damage here is also quite realistic, and you can see how the paint is cracked. And here is the very engine that was installed in the police Ford. Music. 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 And here is the second part of this limousine. Everything is mixed up here, and it's not clear where anything is. The roof, of course, has already come off here, and there are no wheels either. They just fell off. Music. The last car I crashed was a Chevrolet Camaro. Music. First, I kept it under the sun for 5 hours, and after that, while the plasticine was still warm, I did a crash test, and because the plasticine was soft, it got smashed up really badly. It only took 2 hits to break it that much. To be continued? To be continued? Well, this is the heavy tank Iosif Stalin 7. Of course, it's made of clay, I just painted it so realistically. This is what it looks like after shelling and explosions. I planned to restore it after the shelling, but somehow it all got delayed. To be continued? To be continued. The Joseph Stalin 7 turret shows signs of an ammo rack explosion and powder burns from the firecracker. You can just take the front plates and bend them like this, since they split at the seams because of the explosion. You can also see traces of powder and the same explosions inside. That's the condition it's in while it sits in my box. And this is the box where all sorts of clay junk from different vehicles is lying around. Here you can find wheels, parts from tanks, spare parts from cars, and various other elements. Basically, here is everything that was destroyed after the explosions. There's also a bag containing the front of a white Zhiguli 2107. And here is also the very first car I filmed for the channel, another Zhiguli 2107. What haven't I done with it? Crash tests, explosions, you name it. Only a small piece remains. And over here are the pieces from the blown up truck with the trailer that I exploded on New Year's. That's the video I made, I hope you liked it. Now you definitely know what I do with cars after I wreck them. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in my work. You can also join my vContacte group where I post the process of sculpting my models and follow my Instagram to stay up to date with all the events. Thank you all for watching, goodbye everyone.